All right, a couple quick cases I want these guys' takes on. We'll start in Pennsylvania, where a man says, and there seems to be compelling evidence, he was attacked by members of the California-Pennsylvania University football team, and he says the school, not just the players, the school's at fault. Lewis Campbell says the football players were harassing his girlfriend outside of a restaurant off campus. That's when he says he tried to come to her defense. He was brutally attacked. He says his injury sent him to the hospital. Attorney says the university Susan's to blame because some of the players had prior criminal records.
I had a skull fracture, a nose fracture, bleeding on the brain. Right now I still suffer from severe headaches. I'm almost deaf in my right ear.
We believe the football program knew that the danger that these individuals possessed, and that they went to whatever extent necessary to cover up and keep them on the football field until this became so public that they could no longer do that.
Okay, liability for a school. If you admit kids with rap sheets and you heard about the incident, but it's up to the judicial process to prosecute them, where does the line start and stop for a liability for a college, I guess, for admitting them and having them represent them on a football field?
We're touching on a much, much bigger problem here, and that is that in this country we have a huge population of people who have been convicted of crimes, they've gone to jail, they've paid their debt to society, they've come out and have had an awful time trying to just make ends meet because the opportunities aren't available to them. If you put universities in a position where they make decisions on admitting students based on whether they have criminal convictions, they're not going to admit those students, and that's one more opportunity that they're going to be deprived of.
You think criminally, whatever happens, happens, but the school shouldn't be on the hook?
But one more thing, the NCAA doesn't have a policy about whether people can play if they've been convicted of crimes. It should. Athletes in our society are incredibly privileged, and for the privilege of being able to participate in that sport, they should have to demonstrate good behavior.
Add that to the list of problems for the NCAA. Now I want to get to a story that's got parents across the country on alert. Temple University student Caitlin Ritchie, she sued her estranged parents for tuition money last year, and the judge says her parents, who are divorced and haven't spoken with their daughter in 2 years, they got to pay up. Parents are required to pay $16 grand towards their students' tuition every year that she's enrolled in courses. She lives with her grandparents, who have footed the bill for her attorney's fees. Caitlin says her parents kicked her out of the house. Her parents say that she left the home of her own volition after refusing to follow rules like abiding by a curfew. Jason? Listen, doesn't sound like the parents of the year, but at the same end, why should they be forced to have to pay the tuition for the kid?
It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. The kid, in today's day and age where kids are not held accountable as often as maybe they should, many kids are spoiled, this is a situation where you're just empowering children beyond what the law should be empowering children.
I'll let you two, with brevity, weigh in. What do you think?
Oh, I agree. And I'm trying to understand this. I mean, I know parents who have refused to pay tuition if their children haven't gotten good enough grades, if their children haven't behaved themselves, and the notion that you can be sued and forced.
I'm just thinking, as you're saying this, I know Doug's kids, they're writing up a suit right now.
No, facts, though, Rich. I mean, obviously something went on here. Somebody listened to that facts and said they got to pay. So who might have said it?
All right. Gentlemen, Susan, thank you all very much.
Thank
Great
you.
job here, guys, tonight. We're going to take a look at stories making news around the Hudson Valley after we come back.